a good beginning is half the work, and they need to win today. That's basically what it boils down to. If they don't win, whoever doesn't win is basically eliminated. That's basically what it boils down to, because you might win one more match against one of those top teams, but they're going to have to go up against Lache de Geres and Sector 1. And I doubt that either of those teams are going to be winning twice in those two matchups. So that's the thing. And that's what I'm a little bit afraid of.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to pick up another one. But let's get into this match a bit more. We see bans are on the way, and Syndra has been taken away from Cot, and Rumble has been taken away from Tuttle. And on the other side, we have Evelyn being taken away from Kip Carey, which we've mentioned, I think, pretty much every week. It is his most played champion, so that's the reason why that one's been taken away. And Kled being taken away from African top laner, also known as Dino Ricard, of course, or Dino Ricard, however you want to pronounce it. So he's not going to be able to play that one.
And so interesting champions getting banned out, but that's once again going to leave open Jin. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked up early on, because that's basically what has been happening every single time. So might as well. Oh no, it's going to be Yasuo. Okay, don't let Morse see this, because else else he'll be 0-11 again. But looks like the top laner is just thinking about what he wants to do. There are a lot of options available to him.
He's mixing up some of the champions, but they're just discussing, okay, what are we going to go first? I doubt they're going to get that top laner first. Most likely going to look towards the jungler. Just going to double check if they have some high priority champions. Oh, it is going to be the Elise then for Kip Carey. I think it's his go-to champion every time that Evelyn's being banned away. So he's going to be happy with that one, I presume.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's definitely a reason why we see her being banned out so often. Like, let's be honest, she is one of those champions that's pretty much good at every stage of the game, because she deals that percentage damage and also has that long stun in her cocoon. So plenty of options there. Most Warm is hovering over Singed, but I doubt it's going to be Singed jungle. That worked in season 1, but after that, not anymore.
Yeah, works is a strong word even still, I think. I mean, it's pretty fun to see. I mean, the firing behind the turret is super annoying to deal with. I'd rather not get into such a position again. But yeah, I doubt they're going to pick that one up, and it's actually going to be the Graves here for Most Worm and Caitlyn for Silvermouse. Silvermouse has actually been playing quite a lot of Caitlyn. I'd have to double check if it's pretty much every game. I think he has like one Sivir match. So really likes to play that champion, really likes to play at a longer range and siege down turrets. And has been doing pretty good on it. And I'm actually wrong, it's like 2 out of 4 matches, so oh well. But they won the matches they played with the Caitlyn.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a feeling that this match is going to be a little bit toxic if they start picking up Singed, but it's probably not going to happen. Kip Carey will be picking up the Jhin, and Procon will be hovering over Irelia, which definitely needs another nerf. So yeah, I don't know. It's a very curious way how this draft is going, but finally, Karma and Jhin, the exact same combo we saw last game.
Yeah, and it is a pretty strong one. It's just the Karma allows the Jhin to get into positions easier to perhaps land the snare. They can, of course, follow up snares, which is quite interesting. We haven't seen that too much in effect last game. We did see like the Jhin snare followed up by the Syndra stun a whole lot. But they can combine those two crowd control abilities. But yeah, it's a pretty safe pick. It's we have seen it quite often. I wonder what kind of support Kreia Beta is going to use against this combination. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen the likes of Alistar and Braum tonight so far.
Yeah, that's an interesting one that we haven't seen either of them at the moment. So that's an interesting
And we won't see them at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen him every single week up till now. Alistar was doing so well, and Alistar has also been putting up such a good showing in terms of the dives. Every time they dive, of course, it did get nerfed earlier on, but the dives with Alistar are nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, it is, of course, a bit more difficult after the nerfs a couple patches ago because the damage reduction is quite a bit less than it used to be. However, still, it is so easy to set up a gank if you combine it with the damage from your jungler. It's pretty easy to set up a dive onto that bottom lane and pick up a kill, maybe two, but at least you'll be able to follow it up with perhaps that first blood turret. So I'm a bit disappointed. I was hoping to see the Alistar at least once tonight, but it's not going to be the case, and that is interesting. Okay, wow. Okay, that was last second swapping there from Grackley. Getting the Jax instead of the Victor he was hovering over. I was like, okay, Victor and Orianna, that's interesting, but
I like the Jax with Orianna. Ball delivery system, press R, get a shockwave. Boom. Seems like a very good pickup here, and especially if you speed them up with a Karma, and you can also lock people. Yeah, I like this. I like the setup here coming out of the blue team.
Yeah, it is a pretty nice thing to have. They have, of course, the ball delivery system there with the Jax and the Elise as well. So they could use that pretty effectively. I'm still not 100% convinced of the Oriannas we have seen so far. I perhaps would have liked to see maybe even the more snowballing mid laners. I think we saw Ari 2 weeks ago going pretty insane. That was pretty fun, pretty entertaining. But so far, the shockwaves we have seen coming out of the teams in ESL Benelux haven't been that impactful.
Yeah, exactly, and that's also a thing we need to be very very wary of. However, Silvermouse still needs to switch with Tunnel. Yeah, that was about to happen. I'm curious how these fights will play out because let's be honest, there isn't really that much of a front line, a real tank on the side of the team of ECVisualize. Like I think Graves will be relatively tanky, but it's not really the massive wall that you put in front of your backline. So this could be the moment where Jax will just run in and kill everyone.
Could be the case. There's a good potential to peel the Jax away. They have a reasonable amount of crowd control to keep them off them. But yeah, true. I mean, the Jax will have a pretty fun time if he gets ahead. But then again, the Jax will not build tanky himself that quickly, most likely. So there's going to be a lot of damage coming in from the side of ECVisualize, which perhaps would be able to burst him down. Does, of course, have that counter strike, so can take away at least some of the auto attack damage coming out of Molesworm and Silvermouse. But I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be difficult for both sides. The early phase is going to be really important once again, and I really don't know which team is going to take this one. I think it's kind of a coin flip at this point.
Yeah, that's the thing because neither when a fight breaks out, everyone will die. That's basically what is going to boil down to because there is no real chunky frontliner, and yeah, in those situations, I think it will also come down to how well can they place the gravity field and how well can they place the slicing maelstrom because those are some very high impact abilities in such a team fight. So yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, there's no telling what might happen. Other than that, we see double exhaust this time, so no ignites in the bottom lane. That's also something we often fail to look at because it depends on what you want to be doing. The exhaust, I guess, is more defensive than the ignite.
Yeah, obviously, if you take the ignite, you want to win lane and then take it off of there. The exhaust is usually more used for the mid to late game. Ignite sometimes can be used against certain champions. Dr. Mundo is, of course, the most obvious ones out of them. You really need to take one or two ignites against that champion. But yeah, the do have a couple of targets they can use the exhaust against. They want to use the exhaust against the cannon for the team of Asterion, and they want to use the exhaust for the Jax for a team of ECVisualize. Just want to take away some of the damage coming out of the of those champions that want to dive into your team. So maybe they can use it effectively. It does, of course, have a long cooldown. So we're going to have to wait and see how that works out. But the thing I want to point out about the team here from Asterion, they do have a more pick-oriented composition. They have the Elise. They have a couple of long-range snares they can use. The snare from Jin, of course, and then they can follow it up with the curtain call, quickly trying to take away one or two of the champions from ECVisualize. So they want to look for a certain pick, and then follow it up with the hard engage with Jax and Orianna, perhaps with the Shockwave. While ECVisualize is more, okay, we can sort of siege from long range, but when we do want to go for a fight, we turn on the switch and let's total rage on in there with the cannon and try to follow it up and do as much damage as possible in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Well, we'll be finding out what happens as we're slowly but surely loading into the game, and it gives me the time to do, of course, the standard plug, because we have some finals happening in November, at the end of November actually, at the Amsterdam Arena, and you can still buy some tickets. Head over to ESLBenelux.nl, find the big yellow or blue button or whatever it might be this time, and click on it. It probably says buy tickets. You can get tickets for either the Saturday or the Sunday, or you can even get cheap tickets for both days. I believe it's $12.50 for a single day, and it's €20 for both. And there's going to be Hearthstone, there's going to be CSGO, there is going to be, of course, League of Legends, because that's what we're casting right now. And of course, there's also the Street Fighter 5 tournament, which is happening, and you can actually qualify for that still if you go to the ESL site. I'm not sure exactly where, but I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere on there, and you can find it, because I know that you are all very good at finding that. Nevertheless, we are getting ready to head onto the Rift. We are actually already on the Rift. Players have already bought their items, and it is going to be the final match of the evening, with ECVisualize in the red trunks and their opponents, the team of Asterion, in the blue.
Yeah, so not much to say probably about this level 1 strategy, although Asterion is kind of grouping up in that bottom side jungle, so maybe we're going to see some action here in that Tribrush. Should be able to get in position first, and I wonder if Kreabea is going to take a sneak peek. Actually managed to move into that brush in the river there.
Oh, this is interesting. This is new. This is something we haven't seen before. 5-man push.
Oh, no.
Kreabea, stop looking! There's the flash. Kreabea was not looking at all. Was like, nothing is going to happen. This is boring. I'm just going to sleep. And then suddenly, oh boy, oh snap! Trying to get away, actually forcing a flash, and that's going to be very useful for the initial 3 minutes of the game, where Kip Carey can perhaps, I guess, gank.
Yeah, who knows? He is an elite, so he's able to go pretty aggressive at level 2 or 3. But however, he is starting at the bottom side of the jungle. So he's most likely going to end up towards the top lane first. And maybe he's not going to be able to make use of the fact that the flash is going to be down on Kreabea. But nevertheless, Kreabea has to now play it a bit more safe in the laning phase. So that will definitely help both Baja and correctly. Especially Baja is trying to look for the counter. Maybe thinking that they're going to get a cap with the two of them. But it's just Silvermask going to help out Monoswarm a bit with that Gromp.
Yeah, Monoswarm just going to go for his blue buff, whereas Kip Carey is going to be going for the red buff. Pretty standard starts. Depends on what they want to do. They could also go for the Scuttle Crab in the bottom lane there. There are so many options here in League of Legends, and so all lanes just slowly but surely gliding into their spot. And early ward being placed here by Paga. Yeah,
Paga want to make sure that Monoswarm is not going to go for an early gank onto the lane, because they're pushing so heavily in towards the turret of ECV. And right now, it seems all to be going relatively slowly. Not all too much action, just a lot of poke coming out of Paga. And actually, nice there from Grackley.
Yeah, Grackley doing a lot of work here. and just pushing out together with Para, actually positioning himself in the brush, and that forces Crayabea to actually use the ward in the brush. That's going to make him even more vulnerable to a gank from Elise. Speaking of Elise towards the top lane, it's Kip Carry and Toddle. Can Elise make a gank happen? Well, he's still waiting, still thinking about it, looking for the possibility to grab that. Yo, here we go. There's a Cocoon. Everyone jumps on Toddle, and Toddle is dead. You are D-E-A-D, dead. And first blood going over to Kip Carry, so that's nice because that's going to allow him to finish an early jungle item.
Yeah, good patience there from Kip Carry. I actually thought that he was kind of making a mistake because the next minion wave was coming into the top lane. So I was thinking like, okay, he's going to wait too long. Is he going to still be able to pick up that kill? But he got a bit lucky. Toddle wanted to drop down a ward, kind of sensed that there was something up, but going for that ward actually got him killed. So good job there from Kip Carry, getting the first blood.
Yeah, but hasn't been able to put a lot of pressure on the bottom lane, and the flash from Crayabea is about to come back up. Just a bit more, I believe a minute to go, more or less. And you can see the pressure that Paga and, of course, his buddy Grackly are putting on those two, because they still know, okay, there's no flash, so if something goes wrong, Crayabea has no escape.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a minute left, and oh, Dino Ricard is actually taking a whole lot of damage there from Toddle. Even though, well, Toddle of course just went back to base, only got the boots and the pink ward, so no really extra combat items. Was still able to be to trade pretty fortunately for him with Dino Ricard there. But so it forces Dino Ricard to go back to base. Now he has to use teleport as well, so both top laners will be without the teleport for now.
And so the fight in top lane continues. So first blood, just a few minutes ago, and Crayabea finally having the flash back. So everything is back to equality in the bottom lane, except for the CS count. With of course the fact that the flash was down, Grackly has been able to get himself to the point where he's about 8 CS ahead. It's a small lead, but it's something.
Yeah, it'll definitely help and pull the gold lead a bit more towards their favor. So right now they have about a 600 gold lead, which isn't nothing to sneeze at, but still it's not too much just yet. As we see Kip Carry perhaps moving in towards the bottom lane, we see him getting in behind the turret, and Paha and Grackly have been doing a lot of damage in poking towards the bottom lane of ECVisualize, but they have some sustain. So now Kip Carry moving into position, wants to get the stun down.
Oh, there we go! Crayabea just gets obliterated. No chance for him. But top laner is top laner still fighting with Toddle, but Moswarm doesn't really have a position where he can actually get that kill. So goes straight into the jungle, sees the Gromp, decides to go for the Wolf camp. And so we continue in this bottom lane. That's also a big thing here. Silvermouse desperately trying to hold this tower, and quite successful. He is Caitlyn, can just hide behind the tower and clear out the minions.
Yeah, he's gonna do just fine, but still he is behind quite a bit. Gets snared up there as well. But should be able to clean up the rest of this wave and get back a bit of that CS deficit he has. I see African top lane going for the hard engage there onto Toddle.
And Procon also coming in. Here's the shockwave. Nice. Oh my word, that was a beautiful shockwave into Counter-Strike. And yeah, basically it was shockwave, Counter-Strike, go! As excellent we have... oh, Moswarm is here. There we go.
Yeah, should be fine. So yeah, that was a pretty good move there from Procon. You positioning the shockwave. That Toddle flashed away, but still got hit and launched back towards the Jax and just got stunned up in concession, and really wasn't able to do much after that. So 0-0, so not the best time here for Toddle.
Definitely, and that's the thing here between these two teams. Procon just going to clear out the middle lane, and looking at the CS count, it's starting to come a bit closer in terms of bot lane, only 6 now, middle lane pretty much equal, probably due to the gank from Procon in their top lane. Speaking of top lane also relatively equal. And finally, well, there's now a 1,300 gold, 1,500 gold lead for the team of Asterion. ECVisualize falling behind a little bit.
Yeah, I was just having a bit of a chuckle because I saw Pacha was busy killing a pink forward, which was dropped just next to the brush in the river, so it was visible outside of the brush. So that was a bit unfortunate, but it does tend to happen quite often. It is sometimes difficult to drop the ward over the wall into the brush. It sometimes lands like right next to it, and it's so awkward when you see it like, I screwed up.
Yeah, that's... Fortunately, I believe that right now your cursor still changes color when you actually put it in the brush, so you can actually see it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But game slowing down again, waiting for the either Kip Carry or Procon to influence the top and bottom lanes. And this is to be expected. I mean, Caitlyn is a relatively safe laner, right?
Yeah, she sure is. I mean, in combination with the Nami as well, it allows her to even go in for a bit of a poke and then being healed back up. But definitely during the laning phase, that's such a long range, so it makes it really easy to still farm up even though you're behind a bit. As you see another fighter in the mid lane.
Shockwave coming out, caught in a lot of trouble trying to survive, nicely sidestepping that cocoon. And that's the thing, Gerard, this is going to happen all the time, right?
Yeah, just Procon doing a lot of work actually with that Shockwave, doing quite well. So not really picking up a kill this time, but nevertheless they can follow up that CC with the Elise and the Orianna. So I don't know, it's really up to ECVisualize to get back into this match a bit, because right now Asterion is really taking control.
Yeah, exactly. They already have that. They still have the 1,500 gold lead they had before, and well, if Orianna can get ahead a little bit further, then we're going to see those maximum damage. Shockwave. Okay, Bea gets trapped, but no follow up from Gruckly.
Yeah, Kip Carry just roaming around the map, trying to get another gank down, maybe onto the bottom lane. Although it is going to be a bit risky.
Speaking of gank, Toddle also coming down from the top lane to the middle lane, but didn't find anyone.
Nope, not really able to set something up there, so heading back up towards that Jax. Jax was actually doing really well now against Toddle. Of course, has been helped by both Kip Carry as Procon by getting him, one kill and an assist into his pocket. So that allows him to take control of the lane, get ahead and farm, and really just being a big nuisance for Toddle.
Yeah, and this is based... Also, I like the fact that he has picked up the Mercurials early, because that's going to allow him to be a little bit faster than Toddle, which is... Well, it's a melee versus ranged matchup anyhow.
Yeah, Toddle is just not having fun. He's gonna get ganked again, though. There we have a Kip Carry in position once again. Really wants to shut down that cannon. Can he do it though? Can he position himself around that minion wave?
Cocoon, oh there we go. Cocoon comes. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Yeah.
that was rather fast. Yeah.
It's like taking candy from a toddler.
I was wondering when you were gonna bring that one up. Okay. So now this does put ECVisualize into the position to go for the first dragon. They will lose that turret in the top lane though, by the looks of it. They should have enough time. And African top laner, which is Dino Ricard, is going to pick it up for himself. So he's going to get the bonus. Yeah, ECVisualize is trading it for that Mountain Drake.
It can be an okay trade, assuming ECVisualize can get to the late game, which right now they're 4,000 gold behind, and things are looking quite bleak for the players from the team of ECVisualize. Procon, good control in the middle lane, forcing Caught to dance his dance. And, well,
Kip
nice
Carry.
hit by Paga. Yeah, also Stiffer. Oh, this is risky. We should, if we could have the Jaws team right now, it would just be Kip Carry just waiting for that possibility, waiting to push Caught out of, or rather jump straight onto Caught. Here's a Shockwave flash over the wall. No Cocoon yet. There's the Cocoon. It misses though. Rappel goes out. And there's the kill. Kip Carry is on a rampage, 4-0. Not really the one you wanted on, but it works.
Yeah, it definitely does. And Paga, meanwhile, gets caught though in the bottom lane. They should get a kill here.
Oh, yeah, they do manage to get Paga. Now Gragley in a lot of trouble. He will not be getting away. There's no chance of that happening unless... No, they actually jump... oh, they flash. There's the ace in the hole. Gragley... Does he have flash? No, he doesn't.
Okay, picking up the kill with the ebb and flow while Moswan was really in position to pick it up for himself, so it's a bit unfortunate, I guess, but he just wanted to make sure that they were going to get the kill and not allow Gragley to get away. Although then again, Gragley already flashed, so he was stuck in that Baron pit, Dragon pit, sorry.
I think Gragley... Oh, Crocon needs to be careful, but Gragley using that flash a little bit wasted, to be honest. Like, he knew he was going to die, so there was no point in wasting those summers. Could have saved it for a little bit longer, but that's the way it is. Now, immediately, the African top lane jumping onto Kreabea, doing so much damage as Crocon and Paga are coming in total, trying to push away the Elise, but it's not going to happen. Slicing Maelstrom has been wasted, or at least has been used, but not very effective. And the entire game has, or rather this fight has been reset, although Asterion is still 3,000 gold ahead of ECVisualize.
Yeah, so it is not all that much, but by the looks of it, Asterion just feels so much stronger. It feels like they're so much further ahead, and perhaps it's because they're playing that way, they feel confident, they feel like, okay, we've got this game, we've been doing so well in every single lane. And that just enables you to go for a bit more risky move. Oh, Gragley actually got caught there. Should be okay.
Can he actually do it though? As the exhaust comes out, Moswarm in a lot of trouble. Actually, as the fight is being turned around, here's the curtain call. 1 hit, 2 hits perhaps? No, Gragley actually has to cancel the channel of the curtain call as Silver Mouse comes in, and Paga now in a lot of trouble. Will Paga actually go down? Ace the hole will get blocked, and now in the middle lane there's the gank on the Stollen. Will go down, caught. Now in a lot of trouble. The Chaos Storm doing so much work here to Kip Carry as caught needs to back away. Procon still there. There's command attack to, and that should be the end of that fight. Caught being sent back to base.
Yeah, the bottom lane still.
Bottom lane teleport coming in here from African top laner. Tidal wave from Kreabea. Kreabea has nowhere to go. Can strike. Goodbye, Kreabea. 1 more hit, dead. Now on to Silvermouse. Silvermouse tries to get away. There's 90 caliber net. Also goes down. And yet another kill going over to Asterion. 8-2 right now and a 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah, they tried to make something work. Silvermouse knew he was in a horrible position. Wow, and Procon just the leads caught there in the mid lane.
It's ridiculous how much damage Procon do right now. This reminds me of last game with Syndra, where Syndra just one ball and immediately half hit points gone. Procon pushing the middle lane will be taking this tower. You can see Moswarm moving toward the middle lane to try and stop Procon, perhaps get behind Procon, but it's just not going to happen. Procon, nice combination here, half hit points down on Moswarm. Moswarm has to back away because right now Kip Carry is moving in and African top laner as well. Moswarm has nowhere to go. Cocoon can strike, dead. That's basically how it goes, 10-2 and another 1,000 gold going over to the team. Or rather, another 1,000 gold in terms of leads over to the team of Asterion. Now up to 8,000 gold at the 60-minute mark. This is just ridiculous. Asterion should be able to take ECVisualize out here. And ECVisualize, they're going to lose the Rift Herald at this rate. Yeah, they are.
The least thought over objective, I guess. But maybe it also allows Asterion to perhaps bait ECVisualize into a bad position as they catch Toddle, and they should be able to.
Oh, can they actually do it? Yeah, Toddle actually goes down to the curtain call, and perhaps they can continue the fight. But it's not going to happen. But they do, like you said, they catch Toddle, and very. Actually, they're chasing Kreabea in a lot of trouble, gets slowed. But gets a little bit of help from his teammates, and they back away.
Yeah, so this game is pretty insane from Kip Carry, 6-0-1 on that Elise. So, you'd rather see him give away a bit more of those kills towards the other laners, but still, there's nothing bad you can say about him. He's just doing so much work around the map. I think he missed like 1 cocoon in the mid lane onto Cot, where it didn't really matter because he still killed him. But still, he has been hitting so many of them.
Yeah, and that's basically the thing here. It's just not. ECVisualize pretty much game over. There is almost no way to come back here, and now also the Rift Herald in favor of, I believe it went on to Jax, which basically makes him a unstoppable force in the top lane. He has the teleport available in just a few. The Ocean Drake is now coming online. That's also another objective that ECVisualize can't fight over. They have to let it go. But with every objective they let go, they fall into a deeper pit. Oh. And there's the pause button.
That's
Procon asking what is going on. Because Moswarm has actually paused the game. So we're waiting for monitor issues.
Monitor issues.
Okay, so most likely Moswarm thinks that we're supposed to be 11-2, and my monitor is showing something else. It's showing 2-11. Something is wrong. So I'm sorry, Moswarm. It's definitely the case. 11-2.
Yeah, it's not really looking too good for them. I mean, at the 18 minutes mark, it is 8,000 gold that they're behind. So that's a pretty hefty deficit. So I don't know if they're going to be able to come back. And the team composition of Asterion is so heavily focused on making picks, and they do it every single time. They grab people under the turrets, they grab people in the jungle, and like the one kill they got onto Toddle near that Rift Herald was really awkward because you saw the Rift Herald was actually sitting next to that brush, attacking. Who was it? The Elise, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And still, Toddle went for the face jack.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like we're actually going straight back into the game. So the problem has been resolved, and with Caribbean pausing the game, we're back on the Rift.
Yeah. Now we see Asterion is moving into position. They should be able to pick up that dragon pretty easily. No contesting coming out of ECVisualize. So that's the first Drake going down, if I'm correctly. No, it's the second actually.
Second one, yeah. The first one went over to ECV after the initial fights.
Yeah. So Ocean Drake into the hands of Asterion. A second Ocean Drake will be spawning after this one. So maybe they can make use of it. Honestly, in this game, it's not really gonna make too much of a difference.
For now, though, push in this bottom lane. Jhin is already in position. Everyone else is in the jungle. They're looking for it, but they got spotted out by a ward. And the tower now down to 90% hit points. Just a little bit of poke, but not all that much as they continue to push here. Venus going down left and right. And good job actually by Victor by clearing out that lane so fast. Actually, African top laner spotting out a ward. Now heading all the way into the top lane. And he can do it. He has the Rift Herald bonus, so he can easily take down that turret and force Toddle to actually chase him down. And he's doing a significant amount of damage already to this tower, down to half hit points already. And you can see Toddle trying to get in position, but is most likely going to be just a little bit too late here. As top laner has already taken down this turret, actually sidestepped that little shuriken. And now bottom lane, we're most likely going to see another laser coming out from Cod. There's shot. He gets double kill! It's a double kill coming out from Bugga, and they should be able to get themselves this tower. Maybe they can actually follow this up. They're going straight towards the next tower. Grey Bay and Silvermouse, desperation attempt here to defend this turret, but will it happen? Inhibitor turret down to 75%. Tidal Wave actually being tossed out here to try and at the very least stop the chase, but tower 50% damage in just one push. Can they follow up on that? They still have 10 seconds to go, and they go with a Cocoon Flash. No, not going to happen. Looking for this inhibitor. The inhibitor will easily fall. There's no way that they can actually defend this one, as African top laner actually also pushing the middle lane. Teleport coming in. This could be the fight that they need. Slicing Milstrom perhaps from the rear. Toddle took way too much damage. Toddle, look at Toddle, 400 hit points. He's never going to be jumping in. And now Kip Carry will actually go down to the Chaos Lord without a slicing Milstrom coming out, but it's not going to happen. And Paga and of course Draco needs to back away. Ace in the hole coming out. Draco, will he be able to escape this one? Pot will get the force field. Oh, so close to killing Brackley. One more hit.
Oh no!
Saves Brackley. The shield saves Brackley. 11 hit points, and then he walks away from this one. So they get the bottom inhibitor. That's actually a very good fight. Even though they lost a few men, they still got that bottom inhibitor, and now they are 12,000 gold ahead at the 22-minute mark.
Yeah, and Dino Ricard did a good job of slapping onto the cannon before he was able to complete that teleport. So Total just came in there with a couple hundred hit points and really just had to sit and wait until his team took the initiative in that fight. But even then, I think he only survived for like 1, maybe 2 seconds with the slicing maelstrom. But
it was enough. It did something at the very least. But that Chaos Storm got the double kill. That was a very nice double kill.
Yeah.
So for now, Baron, perhaps that's what they're thinking in terms of Asterion. But if they want to, they should be waiting for this extra wave of super minions coming in here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, they have the time. They want to look for a look at that damage.
Just half hit points, boom. Not even close, just boom.
Yeah. So they can be a little bit patient here. Try to see if they can land a cocoon or perhaps an insane shockwave from Pokon. They don't have to force too much and just wait for the super minions. They actually, yeah, they're gonna send Dinarikar into that bottom lane along with the super minions. So just force the team of ECVisualize to defend as much as they need to, and they have the teleport advantage. So Total is gonna try and clear the wave, but something happens. Asterion will be in a good position.
Skip Carry and Paga moving in towards Mosswarm. Yeah, he has to back away. He can't stay there. The team of ECVisualize just can't stay in this jungle. It's too risky at this point. If they face check anything, they might get jumped on. There is one place that they actually have vision left. And you can see how cautious they are playing. They know, okay, we don't want to do this. I like what they're doing here right now. The team of Asterion, they're going straight for that Baron and looking to pick that one up. They should be able to do so without problems. But they actually revealed themselves, so ECVisualize is going to contest.
Yeah, but Kreabe out of position. Is he going to get called out? Look at the damage.
Oh, look at the damage on the Kreabe using the tidal wave, gets jumped on once again, and African top laner gets the kill. But now Silver Mouse and Cod are both on African top lane. The Chaos Storm coming out. Here's the curtain call. A lot of damage. Cod goes down as well. So another kill going over to the team of Asterion. They're looking for Silver Mouse. They can't quite catch him. They do manage to get that last shot onto him, but it's again a nice double kill there for the team of Asterion. They should be able to get themselves the Baron. But are they going to go for it? It's somewhat risky. Oh, they're going for Mosswarm. They baited Mosswarm into thinking that they were at the Baron. Now they're going for Mosswarm. Mosswarm goes down, and now without the smite, they should be going for an easy Baron capture.
Yeah, it shouldn't be any problem at all. Just waiting for everybody to get towards the pit, so Kip Carry doesn't have to tank too long. Because of course, as we said at the start of the game, there's not really any tanky frontliner for them. But they don't really have any trouble at all. Taking this Baron should allow them to back off quickly. They have a 15,000 gold lead against the team of ECVisualize. And now with that Baron buff, they can just set up the split push and take the objectives one by one.
Yeah, and it's relatively easy at this point. Even African top laner still has his Rift Herald buff. So that's a very strong thing to have right here. So let's see. Looking at the setup here, they're most likely going to be sending African top laner into the top lane and then just push mid.
Will be the best spot, yeah, because they still have the super minions pushing in the bottom lane. Just gonna check if there's still. This is going to be the last wave with a super minion in it, so it's going to be easier for ECVisualize to defend it. And they're using the traps from Caitlyn effectively to try and defend off the middle lane. So I wonder how much can they clear the waves here. Can they actually defend it? Can they do it?
Oh, shockwave once again. Mosswarm in a lot of trouble, but he will be able to back away from this one. Although top lane, Jax is already on the inhibitor. They need to stop him. Exhaust going down. He's slicing this one also. Counter strike, stopping Total for a bit. Jumps out and he backs away as fast as he can, but they're going to be losing their middle inhibitor if this keeps up. They will be losing it. It goes down, Jax rejoins the team, will get healed up, and now they're going for this bottom inhibitor. Bottom inhibitor, actually there's still a super minion in the lane. Oh, Silvermouse in a lot of trouble, will go down. No, he manages to flash away and will survive this one just a little bit more, but it's just not enough. ECVisualize in a very bad position. Asterion is one step closer to qualifying. Oh, there's the cocoon on the Total. Total is dead.
Oh,
goodbye.
Wow.
No chance. Dead. And now they're going straight for this for the Nexus turrets. Nexus turrets taking a lot of damage. All inhibitors down. So even if they get wiped, they will still win based on the super minions. Silvermouse down to half hit points, top laner, getting a nice shield here, backing away as fast as he can. Now right back to the Nexus turret going down, and it should be the end of the game. It should be the team of Asterion winning, and there's almost nothing that ECVisualize can do. They're desperately trying, they're doing what they can, but it's just not enough. And Asterion manages to win the third game of the night and get themselves to 6 points, which is so close to, at the very least, still having a chance to play in the Amsterdam Arena.